right, good morning, South Texas. I hope your day is going well. It is a very warm and muggy start to our day. Man, that humidity is way up there, back into the 70s. You know, Saturday we got a good break from it. We had dew points in the 60s, and it was a little bit more manageable. But Sunday, the moisture really built back in, and it's going to be sticking around as we head throughout today. Let's see here. Right now, modes, I don't see any big questions coming in, but if anybody does have any, go ahead and ask them. I'm happy to answer them there in the chat. Modes coming in at light levels, pigweed coming in at light. I always like to start off with the allergy report because a lot of people typically have questions about it. Here's what it looked like this morning. There you see all that cloud cover, and man, it looks humid out there, doesn't it? Have all that moisture kind of streaming in from the south. You see the clouds going from the south to the north, letting us know those southerly winds really bringing in that moisture. Right now, 83 degrees at the San Antonio airport. You see a lot of cloud cover out there, 86 at Calaveras Lake, and 81 degrees as we look out towards the medical center from northwest San Antonio. A lot of moisture out there, and we even have a little bit of rain that's popping up on radar. Now, in Bexar County, we actually had some very brief showers early this morning. They really were so low and so light that they weren't even popping up on radar. The radar wasn't even picking up on them really, and they were so small and brief. You may even barely see them as the radar kind of loops through, but really can't see them very well. The heavy stuff has been over towards Hallettsville, Lavaca County, stretching on further to the north now, impacting areas closer on towards Bryan College Station. Now, we are seeing a few more showers pop up. We are going to see that off and on throughout today, about a 20% chance for rain as we head throughout this afternoon. But as we head into this evening, rain chances are going to bump up even higher. You see this cluster of shower and thunderstorm activity in Oklahoma right now. That's going to continue to dip south, and that system is going to actually bring us some shower and thunderstorm activity as we head into tonight. So a few people have been asking, when do we get the rain? It's going to be as we head into this evening. And also a super cloudy and sprinkling rain at my place, Judy says. Yeah, we have had that off and on drizzle really throughout this morning. Right now, 70s in the hill country, pretty much 80s everywhere else. Very muggy. Dew points in the mid to upper 70s. That lets us know we are in a very soupy tropical air mass, and we're going to continue to be under that as we head all the way throughout today. Here's what it feels like outside right now. Triple-digit heat in George West and Beeville. That's what it feels like. While the temperatures are in the 80s, it feels so much hotter because of that humidity. Feeling like the 80s in the hill country. 91 is the current feels like in San Antonio. We do have a heat advisory in place for today because the heat that feels like could be all the way up to 109 in parts of Bexar County, and those areas shaded in orange as a whole, really. The temperatures may only climb to the mid to upper 90s, but it will feel so much hotter because of that humidity. That's the big catch. Down towards Cotulla, Tilden, and into Live Oak County, McMullen and LaSalle County, rather, looks like we could have an excessive heat warning in place, or we do have one in place, rather, and the temperatures could climb anywhere between 112 to even up to 118 at times. Or rather, not the temperatures, the feels like, excuse me. Temperatures will be anywhere from the upper 90s to lower triple digits, but it will feel so much hotter. Again, that humidity is just going to make it feel, I would even say, kind of miserable outside at times. Remember to know the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. That's very important today for anybody who may be out celebrating for a fiesta or just spending time outside. Remember, excessive sweating, faint or dizziness, cool, pale, clammy skin, nausea, vomiting, a rapid, weak pulse, and muscle cramps all are signs of heat exhaustion. And that's going to be when you want to get to a cool place, drink plenty of water. Just try to stay hydrated. That's the big goal for today. But if you start getting a throbbing headache, no sweating at all, that lets us know that our body is not fighting heat because our body sweats because that sweat evaporates and actually cools us down. If your body stops sweating, that means that you have a lack of moisture in your body and you've had a lack of water for too long, you're dehydrated, and no sweating could be dangerous. That means heat stroke. body temperature above 103 degrees, nausea or vomiting, and you may lose consciousness. You need to call 911 if possible and take immediate action to cool down if you start having those signs of heat stroke. So be sure you stay safe out there. Remember to beat the heat. If you're out at Fiesta today, drink plenty of water. Start drinking water early in the morning before you even get out there if you can. Wear light, loose-fitting clothes and avoid large amounts of caffeine and alcohol. Those are big goals in order to continue to stay safe if you're out there celebrating today. So let's take a look at rainfall chances. Right as we head into this afternoon at about 5:30 p.m., Future Clouds and Radar shows those showers and storms just on off to our north. Look in northern Blanco County, northern Gillespie County. By the time we get to about 5:30, these storms have already moved through Burnett County and Llano County and are starting to approach the South Texas region, including also some of our friends in Central Texas there in Austin. These storms continue to move south once we get to 7 p.m., moving into San Antonio, and will continue to move through overnight. I think they could actually arrive a little bit later than 7, maybe closer on to 8. You'll notice in the 7-day forecast we have lower rain chances today, and the higher rain chances are actually overnight for these storms that are going to happen. But it could happen very early in the evening, so that's important to know. They'll continue to move through, and by 9 p.m. they'll be well south. I mean, they are going to move through pretty quick here. I would say that these storms will be out of here by about 10, 11 o'clock. But if you're planning to have any fun out at Fiesta tonight, know that there could be storms impacting you. Make sure you have a way to look at radar, and of course the KENS 5 app has a way that you can see that radar whenever you are on the go. Once we get to about 10:30, temperatures are going to be in the 80s to 90s, and those storms will be well south of our region, and we'll have drier air move in, slightly drier, that is, as we make our way into tomorrow. Temperatures are expected to rise into the, and my goodness, this graphic decided to go all the way through. Temperatures are expected to rise into the 90s as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So it'll be another hot day, but not as hot. We'll be in lower 90s there at 4:30 p.m. I went ahead and ran that graphic back a little bit for y'all. A little bit more sunshine for our Tuesday too, but still about a 20% chance for rain. That's going to be mainly for the morning hours on Tuesday. Starting off the day on Wednesday, seeing a little bit of shower activity in the coastal plains. Temperatures going to be sitting in the 70s, and then we'll rise into the 90s again for Wednesday afternoon. So that heat just kind of continues to stick around, but thankfully this will be the hottest day of the week. So I think that we are going to have very hot conditions today, but cooler weather, slightly cooler that is, will move in starting tomorrow. I see a question. Should I go jog around 2 p.m.? I mean, you can. I like to jog in the heat myself, but I also drink a ton of water each day, and I try not to be out there for too long. I typically end up getting really hot myself when I'm out running in the big heat, but just know that you got to use a little caution if you're going to be out there jogging in the heat, and if you don't have experience with it, just make sure that you're just being as careful as possible. Mike says H2O. That's right. A little bit of water for drinking this afternoon, and then a little bit of water for our lawns tonight. So there is a chance for severe weather as we head throughout tonight. Some of those storms that we're going to have sweep through, we have a marginal risk for severe weather. That means that a couple storms could be strong to severe. Doesn't mean a widespread event, doesn't guarantee you're going to see severe weather. But the main threat is going to be damaging wind. I think we could see some small hail here and there, but not necessarily large hail. We just have such a warm profile in our atmosphere all the way through, which lets us know that, well, large hail isn't going to be as big of a threat, but I do think damaging wind could be a threat with some of these storms as we head through tonight. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated as long as we have strong storms possible. Be sure that you stay tuned with us this afternoon and into this evening. Weather Chief Bill Taylor will be on tonight, keeping everyone updated on those storms, of course. Junior says, should I go to work at 2 p.m.? Yes, you should. If you're supposed to, yes. But if you're off, don't. But Junior, if you have to be at work at 2 p.m., yes, be there. Let's see here. Cloudy and breezy where Joe's at, he's saying. Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast over the next 7 days. About a half of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain possible for some spots along Highway 90 and to the north of there. Over the next 7 days, much of that is going to fall tonight. And then you see as we get further south, the amounts of rain are going to be lower. Possibly less than a half of an inch for areas south of Highway 90, with the exception of some spots there in Maverick County. Of course, they need the rain, so that's good. We want to see rain in Maverick County because that is where we still have some moderate drought. This rainfall that occurs tonight is going to help us continue to push out of this drought. We need the rain because the aquifer is actually taking a bit of a dip here over the last few days. Now at 664.6 feet, it's fallen another 0.4 of a foot in the last 24 hours. Over the last 3 days, we've fallen about 1.5 feet. So we need this rainfall. The 10-day average, though, holding strong at 667.4 feet. So no risk of any stage 1 or stage 2 water restrictions right now. But we want to make sure we have that rain so we can continue to avoid any of those water restrictions as we continue our way into the summer. The amount of rain that we've had so far for San Antonio this month is 1.81 inches. We're at 16.98 right now for the year. We're ahead for the year. And if we don't get rain again, if for some reason we missed out on rain completely tonight, if we don't get rain again until July 7th, we'll still be ahead for the year. But once we get past July 7th, then we're going to fall behind if we don't get any rain by then. But I expect us to get rain. You see in the 7-day forecast, 20% chance for rain today, 50% chance for some showers and storms tonight, about a 30% chance mainly for the morning tomorrow. On Tuesday, you see AM storms going to be the main thing. We head into the afternoon, 91 for the high. Going to be a lot more comfortable than what we have today. Notice as we head throughout the week, by Friday, 96, but I don't think it's going to be as humid as today, so that lets us know, well, it's going to be hot, but not going to be feeling as hot as what we have today. But once we head into Saturday and Sunday, rain chances are going to start to return a little bit. Could have some scattered showers and storms there for Sunday as temperatures rise into the lower 90s. So some more rain chances as we head into the end of the weekend, which we like to see. We need that rain. Over the next 8 to 14 days, looking like above average rainfall for areas of the coastal plains and around average for San Antonio, which isn't too bad. And then below average temperatures could be possible, which is nice. Maybe upper 80s for highs to lower 90s. That would be below average this time of year. And we can only hope for that after such a hot day that we have for today. So quick update on the tropics. Right now we are dealing with some tropical systems out there. Tropical Storm Claudette right off the coast of the Carolinas and Virginia, just southeast of the Delmarva Peninsula there. It will continue to stay offshore and make its way off toward the northeast pretty quick. Shouldn't be much more of an issue anymore. It was a big issue for those in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and the Florida Panhandle especially, but it now has not been as much of an issue after it moved through the Carolinas, and it will continue to, again, push away from land. No issues for South Texas from that. But we do have a low chance for tropical development just east of the Lesser Antilles. We're going to be watching this system next. This could be our next named system, and if it does earn a name, it would be Danny. So we'll watch that closely. It is fighting a little bit of dry air and Saharan dust, which isn't good for tropical systems, but we like it because it fights against them forming. And if it does form, though, again, it would be Danny. But right now, no threat of no major threats of formation, and we'll keep watching it just to see what it does. Your Lone Star 3-day forecast shows a lot of heat across the state over the next 3 days, and a lot of chances for rain, not just for today across the state, but for tomorrow as well. But just like everybody else, we are expecting Wednesday to be drier and also still be pretty hot. 90s to triple digits for heat there across the state for Wednesday. So be ready for that. And if you'll be traveling across the state, make sure that you're being safe with some of these showers and storms that are possible today and tomorrow. And then your Texas State Park forecast, maybe a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity out there tomorrow morning that could impact some spots. But as we head into tomorrow afternoon, 80s to 90s for highs. Should be beautiful at our Texas State Parks, and anywhere that there's running water should be very nice because we are going to have that rain tonight, which should allow some of those creeks, waterfalls, streams that we have at our beautiful state parks to have a little bit more of a current with them, which can always add to a little bit more beauty out there at those state parks. So guys, I'm going to check see if there's been any more comments here. Any rain for Thursday? Rhonda, the answer is no. We should be dry for Thursday. What's the 7-day look like? I see a cold front pushing down from the middle of the country. Will it make it to us? Dallas, the answer is yes, but it's only going to cool us down so much. 91 for the high on Tuesday compared to 95 today, but the drop in humidity is going to be the real catch. You know, the humidity is going to make it feel like maybe up to 109 today in San Antonio. Tomorrow, it won't feel nearly as hot. It'll feel like it's in the 90s rather than feeling like the triple digits. So should be a lot better tomorrow, Dallas. I see, lukewarm weather. I'm being funny. And they're experiencing 125 degrees where, and you'll have to correct me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I really apologize. But Yimk, I believe is the correct way to pronounce your name. Watching us from the Middle East, thank you so much for joining us today. So 125 degrees where you are. Whoo, goodness. Very hot conditions where you're at. I hope you can get some cooler weather down there here pretty soon. Should I cancel my plans for the Comal around 6 p.m.? Well, it depends on how long you're going to be out there. You know, I think you should be fine, but if you're going to be out there even up to around 8 p.m., then you could end up having a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. I would just suggest have a way to keep an eye on the radar. I wouldn't cancel your plans, but keep an eye on that rain, and be sure to watch us at 4 o'clock. Weather Chief Bill Taylor is going to have the latest update to radar at 4 o'clock, so if these storms did speed up, he'd be able to tell you, but right now I wouldn't cancel your plans. I think you should be fine. Any rain north of Uvalde in Real County maybe? Jackie, yes, I think we will see some rain tonight, possibly even a strong storm or two out there. Just keep an eye on the weather. It will be early this evening for you if you do encounter any rain. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson is going to be on at noon today with the latest update to the forecast. And then Weather Chief Bill Taylor's on at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And of course, anytime in between, you can get updates on KENS5.com through the KENS5 app. And of course, right here, we're also live on Facebook, YouTube, and with KENS5 on Twitter. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all those platforms, and download, of course, with that KENS5 app, which can give you live looks at the radar whenever you're on the go. Have a wonderful, safe day in some of that heat, and enjoy your time if you're headed out to Fiesta.